he wonders why these people don't open their lives up to him. It's because he's sitting there and doing the exact same thing that they don't want to do, judging them.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Point people to the video, the top 5 worst parts of Hillbilly Elegy, but tell us one of those, one of the worst parts of Hillbilly Elegy, and it's your choice which one you want to tell us about.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, I said this was the hardest list that I had ever come up with because there could be literally like 500. I mentioned the payday loan part and that was one of the worst, just because I think it's just so devoid of fact and reason. But one of the worst, I think, is really just, I think about how he talks about the people that he grew up with that supposedly he cared about and that was supposedly his community. There's one quote, I think it's like in the beginning of the book, and he's talking about the people of Jackson, Kentucky. He said, quote, "The people are physically unhealthy, and without government assistance, they lack treatment for the most basic problems. Most important, they're mean about it. They will hesitate to open their lives up to others for the simple reason that they don't wish to be judged." And there's so much to unpack with this, but he wonders why these people don't open their lives up to him. It's because he's sitting there and doing the exact same thing that they don't want to do, judging them, saying and he's writing this from the perspective of him as a kid. So he's walking around as a kid saying, "Oh, these people are all physically unhealthy and on welfare. So screw them. And I'm not going to be like this." And it's just so much resentment and so much hatred towards people that are just like not of means and struggling to survive, and there's no like empathy with that at all. And I think that sets the tone for the entire book. And it's statements like that when people say, "Well, how could you not like this book?" I point to and say, "How could you read this and not want to throw this in the trash?"
Right. Well, I'm not going to read it, but I appreciate you doing the work for us, Chuck. Thank you.
I did it so others don't have to. Happy
That's
to do a public service.
That's right. That's right. Chuck, Corra, the Appodlachia podcast. Where can people find you?
You can find us anywhere that podcasts can be found, on Apple, Spotify, all that stuff. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, even though I don't really use Facebook that much, TikTok, all that stuff. And you can go to our website, Appodlachia.com, to also check that out as well. And we just appreciate your support. And also just appreciate being on this show. I love this. I love the program that you do. And I wish that your show would have existed way back when my dad was a union steelworker, because I know they could have used something like that.
Well, I appreciate it. I enjoy it, and I hope that it is of some service to union folk here in Alabama and in the South. So, Chuck, I appreciate your time. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m., and we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.